Gary, thing number two, another fun one. Gary, this is you speaking here.
Yeah.
I disagree with the market on Las Vegas Sands earnings. Gary Brode, literally drawing a line in the sand.
Yeah. So Sands, the stock has traded terribly in recent months. I think that's due to two things. One is there are some legitimate concerns about the Chinese economy. And let's take these one at a time, right? So a lot of people are saying, hey, China's experiencing all kinds of problems. And they are. Just a week ago, we were talking about China putting capital into their banking sector. You don't do that when things are good. And China's banking sector is highly leveraged to their property market, which is that for the Chinese people, that's like their stock market. That's where people store their wealth there. So, what people are saying is, wait a minute, this Chinese economy is in bad shape. That's going to be bad for Las Vegas Sands, except it hasn't been. By and large, the mass and premium mass people where Sands excels and where they have leading market share, they've come back and they've come back with pent-up bankroll. And so there's really no evidence that weakness in the Chinese economy is hurting these results in Macau. So that's part of what's going on. The other thing is there's been concern about potentially weaker results at a couple of properties, in particular the Londoner in Macau, due to renovations. And my response is, okay, so what? Yeah. The fact is that casinos tend to take a lot of hard use. People are there to party and have a good time. And they also, in addition to taking a lot of hard use, need to be luxurious, right? You just can't have like a Las Vegas Sands hotel looking like a Super 8 motel here in the US. They need to be in good shape. And so as a result, these properties are regularly renovated and improved. And that's what we're seeing. And right now, somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,500 rooms are out of order. When they're done in the next 4 to 6 months, those rooms will come back in. They're looking at higher than average room rates, a greater number of suites. This is one of those things where, yeah, the rooms are offline for a couple of quarters, but when they come back, I think everything's fine. And so, that's what we're seeing. On the other side, they have the Marina Bay Sands in Singapore. That property is producing record results. And by record results, I mean they're crushing the pre-COVID numbers. This property has never performed that well, and Sands is currently in the process of building a fourth tower there, a concert venue, more casino floor space. They're building out everything. So, I think this is a company where people are looking at one thing that's not happening and another thing that's temporary. When I look at the actual results and the pro forma results for when they're done with these renovations, again, in the next 2 quarters, to me, things look pretty good.
Gary, it seems like one of those cases where the market is obviously pessimistic, but they're just either looking at the wrong things, right? Or they're looking at it through a lens that doesn't give them the full picture and understanding that you might if you are boots on the ground.
I mean, that's the case, and like that's the struggle, right? I mean, Rob, the place where you really make money in the market is when you disagree with the market and you understand why. And I think that's the case here, but everybody involved isn't dumb. The market isn't always wrong. There's certainly the possibility that I could be the sucker here. I don't think that's the case. This is the company that I've covered for a decade. I think I understand their operations and what they're doing to come back. Again, Singapore record results. If you back out the Londoner, which is the one under construction, it actually looks like the other properties they have in Macau are performing well and continuing to grow and improve. So, that's what I'm seeing, but that's the struggle. The way you make money in this business is by seeing things differently than other people. And, hopefully we're the ones who are right most of the time, but there are no guarantees. As I've said before, I had a sure thing in the stock market once, but I lost money in it.
Yeah, there you go. Fingers crossed.